Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 18th of 2020, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans have really been looking forward to seeing exactly what Bob Iger and Bob Chapek really have in store for the Star Wars fandom when it comes to the new Star Wars TV shows, the new Star Wars movies, and everything else involved in this new Star Wars universe that really is going to give fans a better future for the Star Wars franchise. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they have over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the works. That, of course, includes The Mandalorian, the Kenobi TV series, the Ahsoka Tano TV series, the Bad Batch TV show. The list goes on. And basically what they want to do is they really want to make Disney Plus a library's worth of Star Wars material, similar to how the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a library's worth of movies, and they also want to get to that level as well on the cinematic side of things. Now, with that being said, of course, we do know that Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and George Lucas are all working together as a team, really creating authentic Star Wars stories for the fandom to enjoy. That's exactly what they want. They want to borrow a lot of elements from Star Wars Legends. They really want to make Star Wars as true as they can to the fans in comparison to how the fans loved it with the prequels, the originals, and Star Wars Legends material. Now, with that being said, of course, what's really exciting all has to do with the character of Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader and actor Hayden Christensen. Now, one thing about Hayden Christensen that's really exciting, of course, is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are primarily focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. It's explained that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are currently hard at work on developing a better and brighter future for Star Wars fans around the world, and that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are dedicated to bringing back actor Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader in one of the new projects for Disney Plus. It's explained that they are already planning a big scene that will be used for the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series for Disney Plus that will involve Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. It's described that they are developing a scene where both Obi-Wan and an unmasked Darth Vader fighting on the world of Mustafar in the form of a vision where Hayden is set to use a red lightsaber blade. It's described that they are aiming for this to be Kenobi's vision on Tatooine after feeling Vader's presence getting closer to the world of Tatooine, in fear that he will learn about his son Luke. Now, the Kenobi series is set to give fans an alternate version of the epic Mustafar battle between the two as seen in Revenge of the Sith. However, the roles will be far different, as Vader will be fighting without a mask against Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Ewan McGregor will appear to be older in the scene with new Jedi robes. The battle, however, this time is set to take place on the high ground location near the flowing lava, as opposed to fighting on top of the droids and on top of the machinery. So one thing I really got to give it to George Lucas about when it comes to Revenge of the Sith is that Mustafar battle really was one of the best lightsaber duels that you could ever witness in Star Wars, and hopefully John, Dave, and George will recapture that experience in a different sense. Now, the scene is also set to use a revised track of Duel of the Fates for the sequence, as Jon Favreau wants to make it feel like a true sequel to what, of course, it was to Revenge of the Sith, and, of course, for fans to enjoy. Now, the scene is described to also include Liam Neeson's return as Qui-Gon Jinn, pretty much snapping Kenobi out of that nightmare during his time on Tatooine and reminding him that it was not all his fault for Anakin falling to the dark. The series is set to portray Kenobi as a guilt-ridden man, based on what he is allowed to have happen to Anakin, and that he should have said and actually saw it all coming. The series will include a segment in which the fight will involve the Vader castle this time, which would essentially indicate and mean that the vision that Kenobi is embodied in is set to be modeled on Mustafar well after Order 66, with Kenobi's vision of Anakin in the fight sequence. Dave Filoni also has creative control over the scene and wants to make it as dark as possible in order to really capture the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. George Lucas will have a hand in calling some of the shots for the major scene as well, and that currently they are already designing a new set for Mustafar for the scene to be shot sometime in spring of 2021 that will be released in 2022 when the series drops on Disney Plus, most likely during the holiday season. Now, this plan is to make Anakin and Vader significant once again to the Star Wars fans, now that Kennedy has less creative control over a majority of the existing Star Wars projects. So let me just say this, is that this really does speak volumes. It tells us that George, John, and Dave care about the fandom. They care about Anakin and Vader as characters, and they also want to really give Hayden another shot to really redeem Hayden Christensen as an actor, giving him that, ultimate, part in order to prove that he can actually act as Anakin and Vader in a very good way. That might actually very well be his best performance in Star Wars, ultimately. Keep in mind, it is, over 10 years later, and he has a lot to offer. So, with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.